Ever since the skies had cracked to reveal the brilliant purple of Astral Mile, the weight of the abyssal lakes had been challenging the gold-lined cracks of my body. Truth is, I'd been fighting against its pull for quite some time, for I was born in its depths. But it was the comets of those I'd befriended that gave me strength to stay aloft, hovering precariously above the lake's surface. Then, on one particularly exhausting twilight, visions of the roles I'd played in the past came to visit me, bringing with them a familiar star. Along the way, I lost the sight of my compass among the glorious nights. I sailed along without a plan for the shoreline as waves would carry me on. Every time I'd make a misstep, yet the tears I'd never blotted them. I cried for help, but I had hummed to the tune of an old familiar song. Even in the always, always, always shining bright star, no matter where it's always, always, always with me shining by my side. I swallow down my pride and the fears that I've been giving power to them now. Then, just like a star, I'll shine so honest. In the sky and I'll light the night. Now resound until my voice can reach into your heart. Even if you are so far from my stars, I'll let it fall as they fall from light. Let it glow within a bloody rain up on the low. So no matter where you have known I was here for a start, you found me still for all I am. Keep looking on as all I am, so that I could. Like tears that fell upon us below the water's surface, rippling thoughts in fragments, searching for the way that I felt, and yet they couldn't be found. Always precious, though I tossed them, yet I found they never faded. And among the sea of stars, it's time that I go. Then again, I'll raise my hand. Even the always, always, always shining bright star, no matter where it's always, always, always with me shining by my side as I will sing a life all we wish for, and the future all together go on, while never looking back. You're with me onto the stage that I saw in dreams. Join the sky and I'll light the night. Now resound until my voice can reach into your heart. Even if you are so far from my star, I'll let them fall as they fall from night. Let it glow within a bloody rain up on the low. So no matter where you have known I was your polar star, you found me still for all I am. Keep looking on as all I am, so that I go. Yeah, so keep on shining till the end. Hi. Hey. Welcome. Oh my gosh. Hello everyone. Oh my goodness. Oh, okay. Hi, it's me. Happy, thank you. Oh, wow. Okay. Oh my gosh. Holy, the pre-debut never ends. Please don't say that. Please don't say that, Sockmaster. That's gonna make me very sad. Also, welcome. Hello. Where do I even begin? Literally on tears. Thank you, Mila. Also, happy birthday to you. Welcome everyone to stream. Oh my goodness. I see familiar faces and some new faces in chat as well. Hello, welcome. For those who actually, even if you do know who I am, I should probably do the intro because that is part of the debut as well. I am Altair of ASTRAL MILE, as you saw in the debut lore music video. I am shaking. I usually don't shake for stuff like this. I am a 2.5D officially now, V singer, songwriter, and Kaigai idol. If you saw a horned idol on stage in a wheelchair around the Greater Toronto area in recent years, it is I. Well, usually it's me. There's, I think, a few others who also perform with wheelchairs. But anyway, hello, hello, Han. Nice to see you after a while. It's been a while. Welcome. I saw Natty and she and Itsuki was in there too, and Orbit. Definitely saw Orbit. Thank you for being so excited. Who else did I miss that I haven't said hi to yet? Oh my goodness. Yeah. Oh, Nessie. Hi, Nessie. No, you are not late. I'm late. I just realized my audio was peaking a little bit. Let's bring that down a little bit. Let's start here with the starting screen before we move any further. As you can see, the state of Astral Mile has changed yet again. This time the camomiles are a lot more straightforward. We'll get into the details of that and whatnot when I do the actual slides. The visuals are gorgeous. Thank you. I almost didn't make it. Now, that being said, in order to make the music video to the level that I wanted to, unfortunately, I did not rig my model in time. So I'm gonna show you guys a PNG of it, and then in a future stream, it will be rigged. It's just unfortunately I did not have the time to rig it. Yeah, I barely made it in time for the music video as well. So thank you for your patience, everyone. I have a microphone now. And it's valid. Thank you. Spider She, by the way, is my art mama, as she will be shown in the credits. But that's why I'm just like, I felt really bad because I really did want, like, I had an idea of how to animate it and rig it and everything. It's just I didn't have enough time. But let's start here. If you were here for chapter 2, you would have seen that it was like a purple skies, shooting stars, and then just like a black lake at the bottom. That black lake is now covered with chamomile flowers to catch your fall. Hi, Nacho, welcome. I made it. Okay. Now I can move into shoop the reveal. Okay. Y'all ready? I don't know how this is gonna work. Okay, I need to do it in non-studio mode. Let's do. You see little tail. That's my tail. Oh, Star Song. Oh yes, so yeah, the tail does have a name. The tail's named Star Song. Not ready to freak out. You can't be freaking out, Mila. I'm also freaking out. We can't all be freaking out. Sneaky peeky is a little tail, and okay, this is not shown accurately in the model when I'm gonna rig it, but she mama wanted me to cover my feet, so the feet are covered. It's a tiny little nubs. I'll recover you, don't worry. Thank you. Who's floating down gracefully? Tisai. I don't know if it's gracefully though. No, Rito. No, here we are again. Take that. Probably for the best. Hey, listen, but you don't even. What are they gonna do? What are they even gonna do? Because no, I mean, well, I don't know how much my model will be showing as I stream yet, but we'll figure that out later. For now, just moving up. Oh, what's that? My pants have changed. Yeah, that's right. Flow with hands again. What won't they do, Itsuki? What are you on about? Oh my gosh. Oh my god. Oh, what's that? I have a long. It seems I have a long coat now. And then Oh, the leggies. Yes, the leggies. And I don't. It's not very visible here. It'll be more obvious when it's moving. But like, I am sitting on the tail, because the Star Song represents my wheelchair as well. Capes and cloaks are cool, yes sir. And yes, hands, healing hands. And then, oh, what's this? Yo, boy's lavish now. I don't even know what that meant. I have a little thing. I couldn't show it in time, unfortunately, but there's another corset under this as well. This is just the outer belt. Very, very flowy. First the grippers, now the grubbers. Am I just not allowed to show anything with, like, digits? Is that the state of the internet now? You know, feet just used to be things you walk with, or pick, at the very most you pick up a pencil or something that you dropped with it. Yes, boys got layers. I also have teeny little things because I've tucked my sleeves away. I keep forgetting what the thing is called. There's a state, but like not a state. Like it is a thing. Like in but the you guys, I'm getting so overwhelmed. Whoa, hi, tension's killing me. Okay, I should move down more. I forgot what it was. Tusky. There, it's the sleeves are held down by tuskies. Okay, and then I have my man boobs. Da-da! This was already previewed on social media, I think, though. Well, granted, it wasn't as bright as it is now, but da-da! My chest window is back. The chest window's back, but as you noticed, my hair is not long anymore, and I'll get into why in a bit. I have short hair now. Da-da! Da-da-da-da! And... wow! Short hair! Oh, I forgot to add it on this PNG model. Oops, I do have earrings as well. But they'll be in the moving model, don't worry. And I think I just got, yes, I have a nose, the eyes, and finally, ta-da! My horns have also upgraded. Okay, let's bring it. Oh gosh, no, let's bring it back in again. Da-da! Hello everyone. Welcome to stream. You like? Spider Shimama did a really good job, I think. Actually, I know she did a good job. Oh gosh, I'm so... The build-up has been insane. Also, I forgot to say, Mitorin, thank you. Welcome to the stream as well. So peak and beautiful, thank you. Oh gosh. Okay, hold on. Oh, thank you for the reacts as well, y'all. Okay, I need to like... oh, let me... oh, it's also a very warm day today. That does not help. I need to clip my hair up. Even with short hair, I need to pin up the little bit at the nape of my neck. I did end up cutting my real hair while working on this on today as well. So yeah, my real hair is also this short. Oh my goodness, I'm so sweaty. I haven't been this nervous about any of my projects in a hot minute. It's canon, yeah. I also cut my wig short during Anime North. If you know, you know. Yes, hello, welcome. I was so worried I wouldn't make it in time, guys. Technically, I still didn't, but like it was in so much more worse of a state before that I had not even. Anyway, yeah, I had this idea in my mind where I was gonna be like, oh, it's gonna be like, oh, everything's gonna be set up and ready to go. I'm just gonna like be able to bam, 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 and switch scenes back and forth. Oh, she's also high trains. That didn't end up being the case. So I'm kind of setting up as I go. One of the certain things I ended up setting up was my debut slides. Like, I finished the slides, it's just that I forgot I uninstalled Keynote, which is like PowerPoint for Mac. And so I had to like scramble into Google Slides, and trying to import Figma slides into Google is mildly annoying, but it worked out. I was like, I did it, yeah, thank you. Screw it, we'll do it live. Yeah, like the moderator Chisaku always says, if it ain't a smile if it isn't a little scuffed. Today is also scuffed, so yeah. Let me just very quickly set up for, oh gosh, how do I even do this? I haven't used Google Slides in so long. Let's do that. Apply to all, I guess. And then how do I only have one monitor too, because I needed the port for my audio interface. So let me just view slideshow. Do I do it like this? Is it gonna go in full screen though? I don't want it full screen. No, I don't want it full screen. Shoot. Okay, well, give me a second. Screw it, we're doing it live. Okay, now if I go into here and then I change, I just turned 33 yesterday, and it's every once in a while it does feel a little well, Burning Legacy, that is. I forgot to update Nightbot. Oops. Give me a second. And I'm just gonna go in here, and then I'm just gonna right, you should crop and pad. So anyway, hope y'all had good good day? Question mark? Right? That sounds right, right? I don't know who's stuck in the... Hello, Rose! Thank you! I can't multitask. Oh, this is how you know you've gone... Your brain been smooth for too long. I mentioned this in previous streams, but like, I'm in the process of recovering my brain cells from the eating disorder, so I'm not gonna be entirely... I'm not 100% yet. I am getting there though, and I definitely have improved since Anime North. Thank you, Milia, for feeding me. But I am still working on it. Okay, if I do it like this, y'all can't see the edges, so this should be fine. Okay. I forgot to put the... hold on, give me a second. I need to... Where's me? I disappeared. I need to put myself back. Where are you? There you are. Just gonna move myself here. Hello. Okay. It's like a little theater. Yeah, it was the full... I wanted it to make it... I wanted it to make it look like a little theater, and I just realized a little off center a bit. Hold on, give me a second. There we go. Hello. Welcome to my PowerPoint. Welcome to my TED Talk. I think that's what it says, right? That's what y'all say, right? Let me just open up one comment on the side so that I can see what y'all are saying. And just check to see that doesn't get in the way. Okay, perfect. Alright. Let's get to it. Welcome to the debut. Pleasure to see you all here. Who's dead? Good question. Right, let's get to it. Hi. About pleasure source, thank you. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Okay, there we go. Welcome. So, my name, full legal name is Altair of ASTRAL MILE. The reason for it originally was because ASTRAL MILE was once a duo, and then I went solo as of 2 years ago now. Whenever chapter 2, yeah, chapter 2 was last year. So technically, it was 2 years. I have a nickname. It is Alti. It is spelled multiple ways. They are all correct. Hi, Nancy. Thank you. My birthday. This is actually my real birthday. It's June 5th, 1993. I just turned 33 yesterday. Thank you for the heart reacts. I know I am trilingual. I used to be a polyglot. I used to know Spanish. I no longer know Spanish. You look pretty like sprites. Thank you. I haven't checked into school. Yes, Rose. It's okay. I figured you're probably busy with finals. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you, Hannah, as well for the belated birthday. Thank you. It is also Mila's birthday today, so please wish her happy birthday as well. English, obviously, I'm a native speaker. I am. My mother tongue is Korean, and I'm in the middle of relearning advanced Korean. Studied Japanese in university because I want to. Oh yes, hello, 보ku 안녕하세요. 반갑습니다. But yeah, so I mostly do English. I studied Japanese from university onwards and have been self-studying on my own since. I'm still not as good in it, but yeah. Love a man who's multilingual. Hi, Pi. Welcome. Well, thank you for the hearts, y'all. Japanese. I used to know more Japanese than Korean. I now know more Korean than Japanese because I did the study. Thank you, Nadi. Oshi marks. So I mentioned that, the camomiles are maha. Thank you. I mentioned that the camomiles came back, as you guys saw in the music video. I kind of mentioned this on Twitter already, but like somewhere between chapter 1 and chapter 2, I couldn't really resonate with the I'm back. Yes, I'm back. Hello, Nari. I just realized I can only see y'all's handles, so I don't know what usernames you guys are or like what your call names are. So please, anyway, unless you're a regular, in which case I know who you are. But yeah, I once had the chamomile, and then during chapter 2. For some reason, it was hard for me to access it. I think it was because I was going through my own dark night of the soul, which I tried to show. And oh, Vince, you're Vince. Hi, Vince. Thank you. I should know this because, like, literally, his handle has Midori written on it. Anyway. Yes. My brain is, yeah. Anyway, resident. That's how Vince is able to sneaky watch streams. Oh, you're right. Hi, yeah, hello. This is how y'all learn that I'm not as well put together as some of y'all think I am. I'm really not. I just work really hard. Incognito, so powerful. Now for chapter 3, anyway, as I was saying, for chapter 3, the chamomile has come back. But it came back pretty late. Like, I didn't access it until literally a week ago when I was working on the music video. I was just like, how do I end the music video? How do I end the music video? And then I think I was like just going for a walk to try and clear my mind, and then I was reminded that like, oh yeah, no, your original Oshimark is a chamomile. Maybe you should consider looking into that. And I was like, oh yeah, even though I had it on my horn design the whole time, but it's a lot more prominent this time around. And of course the comet or the shooting star. Because we are all comets and shooting stars. While I'm on, I guess, the topic, no, I'll bring it up in lore. It's there's a lot to talk about. Something that's new this time around is the bass clef. So the reason why I specifically chose the bass clef instead of a treble clef or a music note is because I recognize that I am not mainstream, and that the way that I approach creativity and just my own projects is very not abnormal, but it's not standard. It's definitely not standard. I approach it like how a child approaches something now. I used to be very I used to try and learn how to do like music theory and techniques and stuff like that all the time, and I still kind of do, but I don't put as much stock into them anymore because I realized the more I focused on technique, the more my creativity in general lacked. Because I'm so busy trying to understand and focus on, okay, so the technique says I have to do it like this, so if I do it like that, but at the end of the day, it's all arbitrary, okay? Like, this is just it's stuff that people just put a label on and say, yeah, we're just gonna, like, this is the standard now. I was like, bro, I don't care. So that's what the bass clef is supposed to represent. Thank you for the reacts. Not well put together. I don't know, man. There's something in your new design that might indicate otherwise. Not spoiling, since I suspect you'll bring it up later. Oh no, I did show it. Yeah, it's and I did mention it in the intro as well. The gold lined cracks are inspired by Kintsugi. I'll get that. It is in the next slide, so I'll cover that next. But I finally have a short bio now. Didn't have one before because I didn't really know I didn't know who I was, I think, for a lot of chapter 2. Chapter 1, I was kind of I put my self-worth in someone else. But this was the first time, like, chapter 2 was the Dark Night of the Soul, when I had to really figure out, like, who I am and remember who I was, before I had given so much of myself away to other people. So the short bio now I have is a multidisciplinary artist, musician, and performer in reality, but in the liminal realm of Astral Mile, a newly ascended Yong, or dragon spirit, and the realm's remaining groundkeeper, because there used to be 2 of us. In both worlds, he aims to inspire the will-o-wisps called Astralnauts, you guys, to have a brave day. Hello, Aneka! Welcome! Debut! Yeah! We opened with the lore music video. I think we might watch the music video one more time later. But it will be going up separately on the channel as an upload as well. So please look forward to that. Okay. Now, also, you might or might not hear noises in the background because it is so hot today. I have fans running, but I had to turn my AC off because the AC is too loud and it was generating too much heat from just functioning. I need to get the insulation cover for the tube, but my neighbor's AC is still going off, so, and the window has to stay open, so yeah, effing finally. I know, right? 6 years! 6 years in pre-debut. No thank you. Okay, been waiting a whole week. Oh, you meant, that's what you meant. Thank you. It's okay. Yeah, thank you, I appreciate it. Okay, next slide. So this was something that I kind of wrestled with my identity, I think. About 6 years too, probably 6 years too. Oh, I can't. Originally, I was gonna have like a photo of my actual wheelchair and then compare it to like what it looks like in Star Song's wheelchair mode. So Star Song has 2 forms. There's the tail form you see on my model, and then there is a wheelchair form that often comes out in like when I perform. In reality, I'm a ambulatory wheelchair user. I say ambulatory, but I probably should be using. I should be using it maybe at least 95% of the time, but just current living circumstances don't really allow it, and certain situations it's a lot less tiring for me to use the wheelchair. Like, for instance, if I have to go uphill and I only need to go like a block down the road, but that's the extent of it. I can only go for a block, and then my body goes like, ugh. You have the AC fan on. I have my heater on because I sleep in the basement. Oh no! Kind of wish I was in the basement right now though. The way I say what I have is I have a bunch of issues with my muscle tissues. I also lost quite a bit of muscle loss from 2 anorexic relapses, an anorexic diagnosis, and then a subsequent relapse that happened last year. Cause stress. But But yeah, some things I can take back, like my brain function and some muscle function, but other things like my nerve endings, they're kind of permanently damaged. So therefore, I cannot sing or actually speak, for that matter, while standing anymore. You got me for being too OP. No. Oddly enough, I became OP once I got nerfed, which is ironic to say. I couldn't handle too much. I knew Aneka was funny because I met her backstage after Anime North Idol because she won, but like also like you're very 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 funny. Anyway, part of chapter 2's development was coming to terms and accepting the wheelchair as part of my identity, because there was a stage I think that any stage performer will go through where they feel like if they can't use their legs on stage then they are inadequate. And for me, I relied a lot on movement. But that being said, as I mentioned earlier, I got stronger and more refined in my creativity and technique after I got disabled, because it forced me to focus harder on the parts that I used to overcompensate for when I used to be able to walk. In form, like I mentioned earlier, the cracks on that you see across the body, I had to be nerfed. No, I was really bad before. That's what I'm saying. I've been doing this for 15 years, guys. If you saw how I was when I used to be able to, oh my gosh, I've mentioned this on stream before, but like my first interaction with Kaidash, who runs Anime North Idol, was I got called out for my bullshit. So now it's better, yeah. Now it's better. Like Kaidash and I are close now, but like at the time it's just like I was a little shit and I had to get called out. And I didn't have anything to back it up either. So like I lost air. Yeah. I didn't just lose air. I think what happened was so the condition, what it does is when it's pushed to its limit, it will start forming gas bubbles between my muscle fibers. So like basically in between the fascia. And so I'll feel like I'm swollen. But if you look at me on the outside, I'm not swollen at all. But I feel swollen because my insides are swollen. So what I'll have to is, let's just say TLDR, I got really gassy. I have to lie down and acupressure. I got really good at acupressure as a result. But anyway, I represent the what for now we're tentatively saying is fibromyalgia, although it's still under investigation. I need to find a new doctor. But like, I represent the pain that I feel as cracks across my body because they're similar to blood vessels. And for me, I've been feeling it all, like closer to along where the blood vessels are. I still don't know where exactly it is. I just know that like once it affects my blood pressure. That's all I know. Kintsugi is a pretty well-known art form, I think, at this point, where you repair cracks with liquid gold. You also mix some other things in with the gold too, obviously, to make sure it sticks. But for me, the gold that holds all the fragment parts of my body together is supposed to represent my willpower. It's not shown very well in the PNG, but you can see it more once the model is rigged. But Spider, she was very, very sweet. I didn't even ask her to do this. She just went ahead and did it. She made it so that I could adjust how much of my kintsugi appears day to day. And that's to communicate with you guys how much pain I am in that day. So, like, obviously, and as much as I want to say, oh, this is just for representative purposes, no, today is pretty representative of how I feel. I've been having to order, I've had to order takeout a lot, guys, just working on this because I was in a lot of pain. But yeah, That's beautiful symbolism model. Thank you, Han. I appreciate it. Everybody's freaking out, guys. It's okay. But yeah, so yeah, this is my this is my pain meter. Yeah. So if you guys like see like less cracks on me, that usually means like, oh, today is a pretty good day. I didn't push myself too hard. I took it easy. Yada yada. But if you see a lot of cracks, yeah, that means there's a quiet hum of pain that I'm just kind of like going through. So there's that. Like for me, it's lately been spreading to my back as well. So there are like it looks like acne, but it's actually just it's again the air pressure from inside the body just trying to escape. So it tries to escape from my pores. That's real nice of it. Today he's surviving. Yeah, that's a mood. I've been surviving the past week. I don't know what y'all are on about. Ha! But yeah, the Star Song, as I mentioned before, is the lore behind Star Song was introduced in the Chapter 2 New Skies show last year. I'm planning to re-record and properly produce that show as I'd originally intended soon. I just don't know when. I don't think I'll have it in time for this year's anniversary. It might be next year's anniversary. We'll see how things go. But because it is such a huge part of my lore as a soloist, I do want to properly redo it. But for those who were there, and you can also watch the VOD on my channel as well of like how much did end up getting published. But it was part voice acting, 3 music videos. I don't know what I was thinking. 3 covers, all mixed by myself as well back when I didn't know how to mix. And then, oh yeah, there was supposed to be like intermittent illustrations as well, but that didn't end up going through. No, about saying I work with children. The week after Anime North, my lungs got congested to the point of choking while coughing. No, I know how to mix. Neither did I. You teach yourself. You watch all the tutorials on YouTube, you test out all the free plugins you can get your hands on, and there's a good community of Utaite producers who also work with YouTubers who have a lot of resources for you. And so yeah, your tuning is amazing though. Dang, can't be me. I hate tuning. I do it because I have to, but I would rather learn how to sing better. I sing a lot better when I perform live on stage because I'm not caring about whether I'm accurate or not. But when I'm recording, something about being behind a mic and trying not to make noise and trying to keep myself still doesn't make my notes come out very clean. That's fortunate. I loved it. I had filters and call it a day. You're mostly a streamer, so that's okay. Also, I think our next collab I'm mixing anyway. So anyway, yeah. She gets it. Ah. Also, okay, but Nacho makes music too, so that's fine. But anyway, yeah. I did want to mention one thing. I think, especially within the performance and idol community, especially, there's this. I felt it with some folks while being an MC with DCS as well. Obviously not with the Project Sekai folks, but like non-Project Sekai folks. There's this vibe I've been getting since I first started using mobility devices, where there's not even a base level of respect anymore when I started using them. But I want people to know, like, a wheelchair doesn't mean that I gave up. A cane or a crutch doesn't mean that I gave up. It means I chose to not give up. If I actually gave up, y'all wouldn't be seeing me out in the wild. I'd just be lying in bed every day. That's what giving up actually looks like. So I just wanted to clarify that, because it's been getting on my nerves, to be really honest with you. I've been trying to be nice about it, but I'm kind of done being nice. So yeah, too bad. Deal with it. I'ma perform too, bitch. Who do I need to fight about this? It's fine, Natty. It's fine. It's fine. To call it out? No, I will not. I'm just saying it, like, those, like, you know who you are. That is a mindset that you yourself need to change. Just have a bit more of an open mind, is all I'm trying to say. I get it because I used to be like that too. Let's make really clear, I'm not exactly clean either. Like, part of the reason why it took me so long to even start using a wheelchair when I should have been using it maybe 4 years ago is because I was raised by ableist parents, or parents who like are really leaning into ableism. I inherited that mindset, and I had to unlearn that mindset. So I'm saying, like, the opportunity to unlearn is there. Just know that I'm gonna stop trying to be nice about it moving forward. If I do encounter and I notice just like people are, you know, something as simple as you obviously having seen me and not getting out of the way, I'm gonna sass you moving forward is all I'm saying. It's like, I need to get through. Thanks. Thank you. Okay, man, I say yes, bring up these issues to attention since it's such an important topic for people to have respect for each other. Yes, 100%. Yes, I got it. Thank you, Rose. Alright, moving on. Something else about me that maybe some folks, some folks may or may not know. The newer folks I think probably won't know. I am transmasculine. I go by he, they pronouns, but I started out as like I was assigned female at birth. This I wasn't sure whether to include in my debut or not, but the more that I worked on Polar Star, the more I realized I had to. Because when I say I've been doing this for 15 years, I really do mean it. But I've only been altair for 6 years. So the remaining 9 years was as various other identities. I am going to mention my dead name. Do not use it in my presence. Do not address me as such. I will ban you, or I'll at least time you out. So just warning y'all right now, do not call me by these names. I will resent you. I will demand an apology if you use this name, but for narrative purposes, I am going to use my dead names, just to explain what my histories are. Okie dokie. Okay. The very, 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 very first persona I ever used as a yutaide back in 2010-ish. Altair's not the real name. No. Altair's my real name. Altair's my stage name. No, I go by another name with friends. But the very, 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 very first name I had was Aelita. And there are quite, like, I did a lot as both Aelita and Ageha, which is the next, the one with the blue ponytail. But Aelita has also had, like, 2 or 3 different forms. This is the one that I chose to go with because this is when it started as a Kaigai idol for me. I used to wear like this, it was originally, Yuzuriha Inori wig, from Guilty Crown. But that was the only wig I had at the time. Was the only wig I was able to have once at a time because I had really helicopter parents. But that dress was also like I had found it in like a thrift store or something, and then I had sewn on origami flowers to it because I didn't have the means to get a proper outfit at the time. But I was still doing performances. I was still competing. So that's what I looked like back in the day. Was very pink and white. Also had like pink bracelets and like brown and pink little kitten heels. But yeah, I chose to represent that stage of my life with this form. And then the next one, Ageha. So this happened when I wanted to try and rebrand myself and try and figure myself out. I wanted to go for a stronger image. This is in third year university, I think. And I think, yeah, this wig originally, I never performed with the ponytail because I didn't have a ponytail wig. But at the time, I was part of a cosplay group, or like a group of cosplayers that one of them who was my manager at the time really wanted to do Katekyo Hitman Reborn cosplays, and they were just like, oh, like who would they be? And they're like, oh, what about Lao merch. So the blue hair is actually a reference to the Lao merch wig I used to perform with, which I then doubled up as a femme version of Ray from Free for cosplay once. I just had to wear a swimsuit, and I borrowed somebody's Iwatobi jacket for it, but yeah. Pause. Guilty Crown mentioned, yeah, I don't like Guilty Crown, but at the time, like, I was a hardcore Supercell fan, so that's why I did it. Also, in all fairness, it wasn't a fucking lie, guys. It's more Altair is the most accurate version of me now. If anything, the people in my past have been lied to. If anything, okay, Jeebus. Shake my head. You like Guilty Crown? You know what? You're free to like what you like. I personally don't like it. That's all. But I have really picky and weird standards for narratives I like. I'll really like stories in the beginning, like for instance Kisniver. I really loved Kisniver until the ending, and then the ending ruined it for me. If the ending is bad, I don't care how good it was in the beginning, I'll have a hard time liking it. Cosmic Princess Kaguya was another example of that. I was watching it with trains, and we were both distraught as hell. We're just like, what the heck was that ending? Yeah, a show can be really good in the beginning, or a series can be really good in the beginning, and then just kind of fall off when the ending is bad. Beginning and ending of stories are really important. Wise words from wise writers of the past. I feel that. Yeah, definitely. Moving on. Cantabile is also representative of like continuing with the identity I had as Ayurita. Only this time, like, the Cantabile project, some folks might remember Transio. It was so good, and then it was not so good anymore near the end. I got really pissed. Anyway, I was the first ever like non-cosplay wig, just a wig for my idol identity that I bought ever. First one ever. It was certainly an ending. Yeah, tell me about it. I had also for the first time made my own outfit with this persona. So the dress you see is a reference to an outfit that I did once wear. And I had fully made it, and then I have since torn it apart because I was trying to salvage just like, how much of this can I reuse for like my stage outfit now? The answer was 0. I ended up having to throw out most of it. The only part that I kept is the inner shirt because, fun fact, I did not make that shirt. It's actually an early Ghost Girl prototype. So back in the early days of Ghost Girl Goods, when she was still trying to figure out what she wanted to do with her brand, this shirt was one of her early prototypes. And what she used to do back in the days, when she would post on Instagram, it's like, I have a prototype for this shirt and I'm selling it for this much. And this and I think one other prototype I still have to this day. I wore it. I met up with Ghost Girl after a hot minute because we've both been busy for different reasons. And she saw that I was wearing this shirt. She was like, this. Yeah, this is worth a lot. Now you have to hold on to this. I think she was half joking when she said it, but I'm just like, no, I'm not. It's a collector's item now, but I'm not selling it. Screw you all, I'm not selling it. I'm keeping it. It means a lot to me, and like to this day, it's a shirt that I still fit into, which is really hard to say for a lot of clothing items I used to buy back then. And it is the only outfit I think so far that I think most perfectly embodies the style that I want to keep moving forward with, and just the way that I dress around that shirt is how I change things up or experiment. So yeah, that was a time. Contemplative Project was a time. It was me thinking that this is gonna sound really depressing. I apologize. This was when my trans identity was starting to come up. It was also when I think I was trying to deny it the most. So cantabile was an attempt to try and define my femininity, I guess. I think the really prominent memory with cantabile is that I felt like I had to prove to myself, like I had to like study and construct femininity as a character in order to meet expectations. Now I know that's not true, and actually that's a very harmful way of thinking. So even though I had called it the self-care project, it was actually maybe the most abusive I've been to myself. And then finally, last but not least, it's not the full variation. I basically tried to combine the two different designs chapter 1 had, but yeah, it was when I first started using the name Altair. I debuted it as Aelita, which is part of the reason why I realized I had to include my trans history with my debut. For instance, like when I first met Yumemi, I met Yumemi in the cantabile era. So like when I posted on social media, I remember Yumemi posted, she's like, "Oh, this brings back memories," because like that's how we met. Every once in a while, my friends will. Not just Yumemi, but like literally everyone. Like there'll be a moment where they accidentally let the wrong pronoun slip, and then they're like, I'm sorry." It's like, it's okay. Those folks they get a half pass from you because one, they do genuinely try, and two, I've known them for so long at such personal levels that like it makes sense to me why they might be a bit harder for them. That being said, I still prefer being called he, him. They, them is acceptable, but I prefer he, him. Memories, what are those? I know, right? What? I've been on YouTube longer than you've been in Canada? That's crazy. I immigrated. Okay, I immigrated in 1997 when I was like 4 years old. I'm old, so there is that. Don't worry. One day, Lord Majesty, stop. Okay, where was I? Right. The name Altair was voted for by the early Astralnauts. So you guys actually chose the name, helped me choose the name. I think it was during my birthday stream, and it was about, I came out as trans in November, December-ish, and then I started getting testosterone therapy in February of the following year, and then the following June was my birthday. So yeah, around that time, like I had announced that I came out as trans publicly or somewhere around that time. In 2019. Oh, you're a baby. Oh, your baby. I forgot your baby. I literally asked you your age at Anime North, and Smooth Brain tried to forget it. No, you baby. It's okay. Another, like, 8 years or so from now, you're gonna be able to say the same thing as me. Backwards, that's something else. And I got that's you should probably get that checked out. You don't actually, like, wearing heels will make your back hurt more too if you wear them too often. So be nice to your body. That's all I'll say. The fibro is also partly because I pushed myself past my limits just for the sake of like external validation. Don't do it. It's not worth it. But yeah, to represent chapter 1, I combined the two major outfit redesigns, which is the version you got here. Yeah, I'm quite proud of how I drew the babies in the music video. I struggled for a while, and I think it was stressful working on that the most. The majority of the stress came from having to face the fact that, like, oh yeah, transness is part of who I am. It's just not all of who I am, which is why I don't talk about it often. but it is a part of my history, and it is a part of the reason why people will call me senpai, and I could not accept that name or that title without being transparent about my history, because that's oftentimes when someone does call me senpai, half of the time it's because they know where I came from. So yeah, now you all know where I come from. Very cute, thank you. Thank you. I'm still getting used to that too. Oh, thank you for the heart reacts. Okay, up next, now for the more fun things. Things I like and things I don't like. Let's start with the things I like. I really like, as has been noticed in my music video works, I think, I really like concept and narrative driven creative projects. If your project tells a story, and it's a story that is told with vulnerability, like it comes from the heart, then I'll be interested in it. Dynamic movement, which is why I really miss dancing. I used to dance. I miss being able to move around on stage while I sang. I'm trying to figure out how to do it with my wheelchair. There is an attachment you can get with like custom wheelchairs. Mine's not custom. Mine is like pseudo DIY, where you can do one hand, like single-handed wheeling. It's so expensive, guys. One day I'll have it. For now, I'm trying to figure out what I can do, and I think going hands-free helps. Also, going for the rocker approach, where you have the music stand and I move with the music stand instead, which is what I'm going to be trying to do with my CSC performance. So I asked the CSC while I was at the crew. I'm just like, they're asking us like, is there anything you need? And I was like, it's I would like a mic stand, like a boom stand. Is that all right? Because I know most folks don't ask for one. And they're like, yeah, we can do that. Needs to be light. Not only does it need to be light, it needs to be a perfect fit, which my wheelchair currently is not. Perfect fit means it has been 100% customized to my body and then fabricated. That costs thousands of dollars, even with ODSP, which is the Ontario Disability Support Program, which I am still in limbo for. It's been 3 years in limbo. And also, mine is still on the lighter side, but it needs to be even lighter than the one I have. Currently, the one I have after stripping everything down is about 25 to 28 pounds. It needs to be closer to 20 pounds. Like 15 to 20 pounds. Like, it needs to be barely anything. Because I need to be able to very quickly adjust my balance in various poses. Ideally, I should be able to move it with my core alone, but my current wheelchair is too heavy for that. I could do a little bit. I did a little bit of it during Annie Revel because I was moving along to Filament Fever, so I know I can do a little bit of it, but it takes a lot out of me, so I wouldn't be able to sing at the same time. Deep talks. Really like deep talks. Also, Itsuki, I did see your Pikachu comment. We're gonna get to that later. Deep talks and philosophy esoteric study, I think, kind of go in the same category. I don't like small talk. I don't like small talk. I don't want to talk about politics because it's a waste of time. I'd rather do stuff in my community and actually help my neighbors. Or volunteer at places rather than talking about what could be done instead. There are people who know how to both talk about it and put it into action. I am not one of them. So for my instances, I don't think macro, I try to think micro. So I want to know what your personal stories are usually, which is why I love narrative driven creative projects, because they're all, like, especially the ones that are personal. Philosophy and esoteric study is, I say philosophy esoteric, but it's also like quantum physics and quantum mechanics, because that's more aligned to the type of spirituality that that I have, which I think kind of shows in the work that I do with Astral Mile as well. Tarot reading, I've been tarot reading since I was 18. 33 now, you do the math. I have two very active decks, and then I have three decks that I don't use often, but I've collected over the years. One of them is my first deck ever, but for some reason I don't resonate with it anymore. The decks that I use primarily are the Star Rail Tarot by Brother Ming Games, and the Unbound Dragalia Lost Tarot by, oh gosh, Trains. I'm asking Trains because he worked on the project. He worked on some of the cards. Who headed the Unbound project? Quantum Physics. Frostfire Soul. Thank you. Yeah, it's by Frostfire Soul. So those two decks are my go-tos. I have another deck for relationships, and specifically sexual relationships and sexual identity, and then I have another one that is the more traditional Rider Waite, but I don't like the traditional Rider Waite to begin with, so I don't use it as often. But that was the very, very first deck I ever got. It's the Medieval Cat Tarot, which is now out of print. They don't make it anymore. I think the only record you can find of it is the virtual version on tarot.com or something like that. But yeah, it's just cats dressed as medieval characters acting out scenes from the Rider Waite Tarot, and a little more cute. Crafting and handiwork, letter making, vintage style stationery, all of this has to do with just actually touching grass as well. I need to be physical. So the reason I was so hesitant to debut as a 2.5D V singer specifically was because I'm actually not that great at tech. Tech and I do not get along. Anything I touch, for some reason, it breaks. The more spiritual aunties will tell you that it's because I have too much energy, and I think it's good, and they say it's like, oh, you overload the circuits kind of a thing. No, I just think I try and do very intensive things with technology that can't really handle it, and I don't have the money to afford the technology that can handle it. And also, I try and not spend money when I use tech stuff, which means I had to figure out how to do things the hard way. I don't know. Like, when people say like they release like paid versions of things that you can do for free, but the UI is better, I'm the target audience. There are for people like me. So that is, yeah. So like, if I always tell people like, oh, I don't like drawing. I don't like digital drawing. Even though I do most of my work digitally, just because it's easier to translate over into video format. If I could do things with paper and paint and markers and pens, I'd do it all day. But that shit's expensive. So I don't do it often. But if I had the option, I would. I also sew my own outfits, or at least I alter clothing that I find in like secondhand stores, and then I will not machine sew. I will hand sew everything. I've since retired it. I'm not wearing it anymore, but like I had this blue poncho with like black piping around it, which is what my design's cloak is inspired by. But you know, like I fixed it up and altered it by hand. It took me like a week to do it. But like my stitches are strong, y'all. It's just that like I can't rush it. That's the only thing. I also DIY a bunch of and alter a bunch of other stuff in my personal life, just to save money and whatnot. But also I enjoy it. I enjoy doing things with my hands. I don't really like having to. I have a tablet, but I'll be honest with y'all. I don't. If I can avoid using the tablet, I do. I like doing things old-fashioned, but that being said, I'm not a very good artist without the digital tools. So I do need the digital tools. That's why I'm kind of in a tough spot. But yeah, if I were a better artist,
and like as in like I understood anatomy and whatnot better without digital aids, I'd be doing everything manually. Paint night, that'd be great. Oh yeah, Spider, she also loves letters and stationery too. So whenever we're together, we're just like, we should go to a stationery store. Where should we go? Oh, we go to Muji. We're like, oh, there's this really cute spot that opened up. We went to the Artist Alley, like the Toronto location of the Artist Alley recently together, and we spent so much time there. Oh my god, it was so fun. The Artist Alley went. It was so fun. It was so good. I saw a couple of artist friends with their displays in there too. And I was like, good for them. Cozy and slow gaming. I learned recently during my self-discovery stages where I was learning to play again, basically, that my baseline for stress is so low because of the effects that the PTSD had on me. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention. Yeah, one of the conditions, which is probably the main cause of like the fibro and whatnot, is complex PTSD, or childhood PTSD. That's, we're not gonna get into it here, but because of that, I've noticed that even games like I'm replaying Sonic Heroes recently because that was a game that I couldn't finish when I was a kid. I stress out so much. And I'm like, oh, what's going on? Oh, everything's moving so fast. And then I realized, like, oh, I need things to be slow. I can't do fast anymore. Or that I was never fast to begin with. Found out recently that the version of ADHD I have is inattentive ADHD, which means everything moves super slow for me. So yeah, you're so based. Cozy games are the best. Yeah. Sonic Heroes. I didn't know this level is based. There are other people who play Sonic Heroes. I'm not even that good. So what happened was, growing up, I only had a GameCube. That was the only game console that managed to sneak into the household because one of the ways that my dad tried to appease me and my sister was buy things for us. And he knew that I really wanted to play video games along with my friends. So what he did one year was he found the GameCube on sale, bought it behind my mother's back because my mother was very anti-games, and brought it home. Once it was home, it was no exchanges, so she just got really upset for a little bit, and after that I just got trapped playing games for maximum 2 hours a day, and then I'd be forced to take it off. It's also at the exact same time every day too, which made playing Pokemon Channel very difficult. It's been 20 years since the same song is still stuck in my head. I sing it like every day. Yo! Honestly, same. When I opened up the game and like on Dolphin emulator and like it was the theme song started, I got transported back to being when I was a kid. Oh, sorry, the bloating a little bit has started. So let me I'm gonna move the fan closer to me, guys. Give me a second. There we go. A little bit better, I think. Wait. There we go. I should also mention one of the other things that happens. Fibromyalgia, by the way, is an inflammatory disorder. So if I talk a lot or if I start overheating, then I get inflamed, so I have to cool myself down. Okay, where was I? Right, so, I only ever finished Team Rose. Barely finished Team Rose. Team Sonic, couldn't finish it. Team Dark, couldn't finish it. I think I did end up eventually completing Team Chaotix. Eventually, but it was near the end of the time I had the GameCube. I was forced to give it away. I couldn't bring it to Toronto with me. So as I was getting ready to move out, my parents basically were just like, just donate it. You can't even bring it with you. And I was like, technically I could have, but they just didn't want me to. But yeah, that game still stresses me out. But I still enjoy it. So, it's one of those games where like I have to make sure I'm not doing anything the next day. Otherwise, it's gonna be really hard for me to get anything done. I might not even be able to get out of bed the next day. Moving on. I'll talk about like which games I actually like. I actively play later. But for now, I love coffee. I love cafe hopping as well. I love exploring new cafes. It's not something that I can always afford to do though, so it's like every few months or so I might either go to a cafe that I find comfortable, or I'll go and try out new cafes. It's a bit harder now because not all cafes in the downtown Toronto area are accessible. So accessibility is now a factor I have to take into consideration. Finally, Pikachu. This is just hinted earlier. I'm only just getting back into Pokemon recently as well, because like again, GameCube was the only console I had, so I only ever played Pokemon Channel, not completely though, because that thing was time gated and I wasn't allowed to play beyond certain hours of the day. Pokemon Colosseum and Pokemon XD Gale of Darkness. Those two games were the only Pokemon games I ever had, and I still didn't understand how you raise Pokemon for battle. I'm just like, it's weakness to this. I still have the same mindset when I play HSR. It's like, weakness. I'm gonna match up the weakness. I don't care about anything else. Which is why I'm not very good at playing Pokemon either. But yeah, B. I have a soft spot now for Mega Pikachu. What was it? The Mega Evolution Pikachu? The gigantic one. Gigantamax Pikachu, that's what it's called. I have a soft spot for Gigantamax Pikachu now. But yeah, if you look at my throne, I think it's the handle should be under is altair _ 6225. I cry in Pokemon so they're OP the next area. Oh my gosh, that's crazy. I don't know how to do that. I have a lot of Pokemon items on my throne. There are official links from like the Pokemon Center as well. I also have Pokopia on there, which if you wanna help raise funds for Switch 2 and Pokopia, it'd be greatly appreciated. Thank you. But yeah, for in the meantime, yeah, there's one particular Pikachu plushie where like it includes a snap wristband. I want to attach that to my wheelchair so that when I perform or go to conventions, I have Pikachu with me. I still have the Pikachu, but it's not Lucky anymore. The Lucky energy is gone. I used to have a Lucky Pikachu, but it was like it was a bootleg Pikachu that I bought in 2008 at an anime convention. It's my first ever anime convention. But I used to have that Pikachu on me all the time to basically calm my nerves, I guess. I would like a Lucky Pikachu again, but this time I want it to be like a genuine product, so that's why it's on the throne. There's also like a life-size Pikachu plush on there. That's just for me. Next, things I dislike. Dislike is used very loosely, so I'll explain as I go. Horror genre and jump scares. I appreciate the horror genre, it's just that my nervous system can't handle it. Same with jump scares. I love surprises, but jump scares will send my fibromyalgia screaming, and y'all will have to pay for the consequences. This happened with a friend recently. I was getting help being pushed around, and this particular friend, he knows he is, love you, but Nacho Shush, you don't count. That does not count. The stuff you post in Discord does not count. This friend has a tendency to do like little jump scare like psych moments, which it's usually cute. I think that's pretty cute. Except don't ever do that with a wheelchair user, please. Please don't. It's kind of like, the way I say it is like it's the same as like shoving someone, or it's the same as slapping someone just suddenly out of nowhere. You'd be shocked, right? It's the same thing. The wheelchair is just an extension of me now. I feel vibrations in the floor better with the wheelchair too. Anyway, I learned the hard way that day that with enough back-to-back jump scares, I will hit emergency levels of pain. Mind you, if I have like a place to like lie down and just release the gas, usually I'll be okay. But that particular day, there were other things going on at the same time, so yeah, a lot of stuff built up and then exploded that day. Anyway, it was a well-needed wake-up call. We don't talk about that anymore. Think Fast games. I mentioned this with Sonic Heroes, but same thing, has the same reaction to my body. Nervous system doesn't like it. ADHD also doesn't like it. My version of ADHD, at least. I envy people who have the opposite ADHD, the one that makes you think fast. I don't have that. Like, if I don't take my meds or if I don't have caffeine, I'm not gonna be able to string sentences together. Even then actually, like, I made sure to like take my medication and have my coffee for DCS as well, but I still had moments where I blanked out because I'm recovering from the anorexia and whatnot. But like, I learned it's like, oh, I'm not good at this game. So like, I love the story of Deltarune and what I know so far of Undertale. I still need to quote unquote play Undertale, but I need help playing it. But I can't play. I need to watch someone else play it. Or like I need to be in the same room as the friend playing it, or like in call with the friend playing it, because I can't do the mechanics to move forward myself without affecting my health, which sucks. Close-ups of insects, and I think just insects in general. Same with certain like critters. It is genetic. I know for a fact 100% it's genetic. If you didn't know, fear is a biological response. So if your parents are afraid of certain things, you will be born with those fears. If your parents are traumatized by certain things, you will inherit those traumas. The only one I've been able to overcome to like just exposure is the ones that is the fear for dogs and cats. I love cats and dogs. I love animals so much, but it took years of just meeting my friends' pets to finally be like, oh yeah, I'm totally fine around them now. But things like certain, well, actually no, spiders I'm okay with now because there's so many in my room. I just start talking to them now in Korean. That's the other thing too, like when I talk to animals and creatures, I automatically switch to Korean for some reason. Like it just doesn't sound right talking to them in English. So I'm just like, 아이 깜짝이야, 이놈 왜 들어왔어? 여기 들어오면 안 되지. 나가라고. I'll say stuff like that. So fun fact about me, I guess. So yeah, I talk to spiders a lot. I talk to plants a lot in Korean too. So yeah, there's that. Those kind of fears are genetically inherited from my mom. I know they're genetically inherited from my mother because she would just like freak out over them. I wonder if the spiders picked up Korean. They know what you mean. Like, it doesn't matter what language you speak at them. They know what you mean. So I'm just like, I don't know, you'll understand what I'm saying. There are some spiders that are just like, I don't want to though. I was like, listen here, you little shit. I said no. You're leaving your abandoned houses everywhere. You don't stay there for more than like a day or two. You're just leaving a mess everywhere. Just don't come in here. Then go into the kitchen instead. Next, brain rot media. It's more for me. I don't care if someone else is consuming brain rot media. Like, it's up to you. But for me personally, it's ultimately escapism. And I don't appreciate, like, escapism is the antithesis of what I do. It's the antithesis of having a brave day. In moderation, always. Things in moderation. Brain rot in moderation is just, it's a nice way to chill out. It's a nice way to calm down. Brain rot on a daily basis for hours at a time, that's getting problematic. Like that. Now I'm just like, okay, there's something there that you should probably be addressing that you're not addressing. Maybe. What's brain rot? Sometimes they're memes. There's like good, to me at least. There's good brain rot, and then there's the mean brain rot. I really don't like mean brain rot, like the ones that like you're pulling pranks on strangers, or you're messing up other people's property or stuff like that, or the ones where like the cherry blossom trees were being disrespected. 6-7 macro. We've already been. If you're in the Discord server, you'll know. It's just okay. My friends do it too. Literally every one of my friends who are in the chat right now, like the people in the snack cupboard, they do the 6-7 on me too, and I'm just like, y'all. No, I just like, again, if you like it, you feel free to enjoy it. I'm just not really gonna see the humor in it. I prefer wordplays and longer, boring jokes. I have a very old man sense of humor, guys. I don't really do the TikToks. I don't have a TikTok account, and I never will. I also don't understand shorts. It's valid, honestly, the number of friends where I had to turn a blind eye when they pointed out this weekend stays shush. Everybody shush! Okay, sorry, she. Puns, yeah, I love puns. Korean wordplay, I was reminded recently that does not always translate well, but I really enjoy Korean puns as well. Not a huge fan of kongs, but if it's there, if it's done well, I'll watch it. But like, usually I'm a wordplay guy. Yeah, the Mako, so many puns per day. Is this the same one that got like the really? I can only define it as the Korean hamster mouse pad that looked like it was made with word art. I don't know how to describe it, but like she had to send me a photo, be like, what does any of this mean? And I'm reading, I'm just like, these are all puns. These are literally all just hamster puns. They're Korean hamster puns. I wonder if it's the same person. Oh no, it's not. It's a different. Wow, your coworkers are crazy. Good, positive. It was a coincidence. I planned the macro and didn't notice until coding. Oh well. Some things. You know, that's why it's called brain rot. It seeps into your brain. You don't even notice it. That's why it's so dangerous. The translation was like, oh yeah, even me, I'm just like, you can't put this through machine translation. It won't work. It was literally all of it was just like, it was chi, like they used chi and what else was there? Hem a lot because it was a hamster, but it's one of them is like 날 사랑하지, and I'm just like, how are you supposed to translate that? How the frick do you translate that? Ultimately I had to be like, you squeaking love me or something like that. I ended up translating it like that. It was really weird. I'm just like, I don't know how to translate half of these, but I'll do my best. Anyway, it was good enough for them. But this is why I don't cover Korean songs in English. Being rushed or backseated, I realized the reason why I don't like being backseated was because of this reason. I have a rule in my stream guidelines where like if you backseat me, I'm gonna ignore you, or it used to be like if you backseat me too much, like if almost every other comment you're making is a backseat, I'm just gonna time you out. I realized recently it's because I don't like being rushed. Like I mentioned, I have the inattentive version of ADHD. That means it's gonna take me a lot longer than most of y'all to catch up. Some things I work quickly because it just involves instinct or movement. Anything involving instinct or physical, like, body movement, I lock on pretty fast. But if it's using my brain, like using the one brain cell I got left, no, that's harder. That's way harder. That I need time. Like, the reason why it's gonna be a little frustrating to watch me play newer games, especially puzzle games, is because I'm the type where I have to throw things at the wall and see what sticks. I don't use logic. I don't think, because the more I think, the more I spiral out of control. So I'll just do, and I'll keep doing until something works. But if the things that I do don't lock with the logic that I have going, then it's gonna be really frustrating to watch. It's really relatable. Those who know us are gonna know that she and I have we have very similar mindsets. Yeah. We have similar struggles as well. Next, metas. I'm a menace. You know, like I'm a menace, but I'm a menace. It's just boring. Yeah, I know the same fucking team's gonna work every single time. I don't care. That's not why I'm playing! Bro! One day, the next time I do an HSR stream, I will show you what my team comps usually look like. I have specific team comps that I will do, I will try with upper level, like, endgame content, but there are some times where I'm just like, listen, bro, I don't got E2 S5 Cyrene, okay? I didn't spend that money. I'm so scared about what I have to spend for Himiko coming up, because apparently she has a similar build, with Current Ward Next Blade as well. But anyway, I got E1 S1 fine, and that's as far as I went. And literally as far as I went. Guess what? Fine needs E2. So anyway, because I don't have all of the, mainstays and metas, I gotta get creative. So what do, I look at what job they're trying to do, and then I line it up with what I got. Guess what? My Sunday, I'm pretty proud of my Sunday, okay? Only recently did he become the meta. I had him as a mainstay before anybody fucking else did. Also, Welt. Everyone says like, oh, the Nova Flare for Welt is not gonna... Bro, I don't care. That's Peepaw. That's Grandpa. I'm building Grandpa. I am collecting... Astral Express is number 1. Stellaron Hunter is number 2. Any characters that come... It took me so long to get Kafka, because Kafka never came home. I had to get her from, like, the free claim. Oh. Anyway, just... Yeah, meta is for sweats. I just want to have fun. Heck yeah, Nacho, you know. But yeah, so I dislike metas. The ones that work, and if I absolutely need to do it, I will. But even then, when you look at how my characters are built, suddenly you'll realize it's not so meta anymore. Next thing I dislike, I feel like this is obvious. Use of Gen for creative projects, as in like full creation. There are folks I know who will use AI tools, but still remain creative control. To each their own. I personally won't, just because, like, 1, I'm never happy with the results, and 2, it's so much resource for such little output, and it's not that good. Like, bro, it just do it yourself. Your energy is gonna cost way less than like a community's water supply. I think the one that really shook me was like when I was listening to a podcast called That's Absurd, Please Elaborate. I like science podcasts, where somebody had asked like how many prompts would you need to generate through ChatGPT to cook an egg, and the answer was you would only need 1 query, and even then it would fry the egg so fast and so hot that it would turn into mayonnaise. And when I heard that, I'm just like, I'm never even touching this shit ever again. And every time like I accidentally press the wrong button on Google, I'm just like, no. I tried the back button so freaking hard. Oh my gosh. But by then, I don't know, it might be too late, who knows. So I try my best, but like, everyone's putting AI in everything, and it's fucking annoying. But anyway, yeah. The one that really pisses me off is when people will say putting a prompt in is the same as creating. I'm just like, bro, until you have put yourself through the ringer emotionally, you haven't created yet. until you made yourself do the hard thing, you haven't created yet. All you did, let's say even in the most forgiving scenario, it was not you who created it. You are the patron, if anything, and you made the AI work for free. That's the best case scenario I could give you. Doesn't sound so good, does it? But yeah, that, bros, that, exactly. I put a little space. Sometimes I'll forget to not put a space after the minus, and then they'll just be like, "Oh, you want AI?" I was like, "No, I don't." Oh my gosh. But yeah, just Bodhi, who directed the Backcruise movie, summed it up pretty well. Using hold on, give me a second. Using AI means you didn't have a vision and were okay with something arbitrary. And why would I want to see something arbitrary? Exactly. You're copying out at the end of the day. That's what it is. That's the main reason why I don't like Gen I stuff. Just is the again, it's going back to my motto: have a brave day. You're not being brave if you're making the AI do the work for you. And even then, the AI is not going to give you the brave answer. It's going to give you the coward's answer, because that's what's gonna make you stay. That's such a good way to say it, yeah? People be chucking a pizza pop in the microwave and acting like they a Michelin chef. For real. Prompts just mean you're really good at communicating. And that's a different skill. You can be a very strong communicator. You're a very good communicator. But you are not an artist. It's like, oh, I'm a writer. It's like, okay, write me something proper then. You're writing an email. That's basically what a prompt is. You're writing an email note. You're writing a memo. That's not the same as creating. Creating, if you're not experiencing like deep pain, or if you're not feeling some kind of like or even the opposite, if you're not feeling a steady comfort while working on something, if it's not either of those things, I don't think you're creating, bro. I think you're just testing things out. I think you're playing with a toy. Which, if it didn't cost so much to use, I'd be like, sure, whatever, bro. But it costs a lot to use. That's a really expensive toy per use. And I don't think it's worth it. Either way, no matter how I look at it, I'm just like, entropy point's gonna come up real soon. I'm not concerned. I'm just annoyed. Not even writing an email, they get the AI to do that for them. Which, yeah, literally. I call some of my, like, I have friends in corpo, like in corporate, not like corporate agencies, like literally office jobs. And some of them will be like, oh, I'm too lazy, I'm going to do email. And I look at their emails, I'm just like, you used ChatGPT, didn't you? And they're like, how did you know? I was like, I can fucking tell. Because it doesn't make any sense and it's so long. No one's gonna read this. Turns out, I was right. Nobody reads it. They have the AI read it for them instead. Anyway. Don't even write fucking prompts properly. The amount of effort they put into the prompt, they could have just sent that as the email instead. Shake my head. But yeah, you need, for me personally, if you're gonna create something and call yourself an artist, it means you're facing yourself day in, day out. And there's gonna be a bit of it where, yeah, sometimes it's gonna exhaust you. That means you're doing it right. But that also probably means the thing you're facing is it needs to be faced, and needs to be faced gently. AI can't do that for you. Okay, that's enough of my vent. Rage baiting, I more meant like video titles, thumbnails, Twitter content, where like, or like how some reels will begin with like a really inflammatory remark, but then you watch the later half of it, it's like, oh, actually it's pretty good. Some people, like, some people do it really well, or like it's a part of their brand, like they're just, oh god, I forgot the artist's name, but there's one artist where he's known to have a really aggressive talking style anyway, so like even though it starts really yes, there is rage bait at the beginning, but like it doesn't even last 10 seconds. Like literally, like I think it was like 5 seconds, and it's like, okay, now that I have your fucking attention, everybody listen up, kind of a thing. So that's fine, but like if I have to sit there for 30 seconds only to realize that you baited me into watching something that has nothing to do with what you were talking about, and you just made me upset, screw you. Be more creative. Yeah, that's another for like now you're trying to like cheat. Yeah. People think it's like, oh, it's because the algorithm. No, the algorithm is literally people. The algorithm is just who's your audience. Now you're trying to cheat by saying, I'm just gonna make everybody angry. Yeah, of course it's gonna work then. They're so fucking lazy. Oh my gosh. Sorry. One last thing and then we'll move on to better things. Uninvited comparisons. I've seen these comments over the last 15 years and it just never stops getting annoying. It's not only disrespectful to me, but it's disrespectful to the person that I'm being compared to. It doesn't matter which way direction that's going. I've been compared to very, very big, like, translyricists who have much larger followings than I do. They have very different styles than I do. Like, I fully recognize that the way that I write translyrics is not the standard. I get that because my background is in folk songwriting, so I'm gonna write as if I'm doing folk songs. But I'm also gonna try and like figure out what the style of the original producer was trying to do as much as possible, and like what ends up coming out is not what people are used to. Anyway. Every time I see these comments, I just get so upset. I'm just like, no one fucking asked. You didn't need to tell me that. You didn't tell the other person to. If any of you go into somebody else's video and says, oh, altair, this is better, I am going to smack you. I am going to hold your ass accountable. I'm gonna make you apologize to the person you said that to. That's not okay. I'm never gonna condone that. That's not okay. Don't do it. Just don't. Never. People out here think it's a competition. Like, it's one thing if it's another person being like comparing themselves to someone else. Like that's, I think that's human nature to do, because we always want to improve and then we have a certain standard we hold ourselves to. When you're just the fucking listener, and you're saying it because you just think, oh, I can only think of the Korean word 잘났다고? 치사한 놈이 그렇게 잘났다고? You think you're all that? Bro, you don't even do the thing. You have no right to say that. Just don't. Just don't. Just say what you liked and if there's something that you didn't like about it, be more specific. Be constructive about your criticism. Don't be like, oh, this person did it better than you. I don't fucking care, bro. I don't fucking care. Don't have to watch it then. And on the opposite, the next time somebody tells me it's like, oh, I like this version better than this person's, I'm gonna say, I'm gonna say in the comments and reply and be like, I want you to apologize to that other person right now because you did not have to say that. Okay. No cakes are great, different flavors are yummy. Exactly. And yes, people do that as do it. It's very, very common. I've spoken to other English translators too, and they have had similar experiences as well. I'm just like, guys, just don't. No one fucking asked. Now on to more positive things. Now that I got the rage out. This took me a while to figure out because there was a stage during pre-debut or preparing for debut where I wasn't quite sure what my favorite things were. But I think I managed to figure it out. So I'll start with the anime. Library War, if it wasn't obvious by the fact that my Oshi mark is a chamomile flower. Life-changing anime. Life-changing series. I wish they localized the book in English because I want to read the novel. It was originally a book series. I waited 10 years for the Fidelity movie to come out. It was worth it. Sorry, I had to blow my nose real quick. Excuse me. Oh, excuse me. Ah! Okay, where was I? Silver Spoon, yes! I love Silver Spoon. Also life-changing anime. Nodame Cantabile? Also life-changing anime. Everybody talks about how Your Lie in April is like the really good classical music anime. No, y'all haven't watched Nodame Cantabile. That's good shit. I really, really liked it. Monthly Girls, Nozaki-kun. So good. So funny. 4 コマ series style about a guy who pretends he's a Well, he writes for a shoujo manga series, but the pen name he uses is a female's name. And one of his kohais, who's a big fan of his work, finds out that the guy that she likes is also the author that she likes. And suddenly she becomes one of his assistants. And it's just the misadventures following that. It's so good. Silver Spoon, mentioned earlier. Really, really good. It made me understand as a teenager the flaws behind the vegan mindset. I'm just like, you can still, like, if the only reason you're having no meat for anything is because like, oh, the animals and whatnot, I'm just like, there are ways you can consume meat products and whatnot that is still respectful to that's just still respectful to the animal's carcass, basically, or the animal's byproducts. It's just not going to be found in your local supermarket. It's going to be found in, like, farmers markets. It's going to be found in bespoke areas. I'm very fortunate to live downtown in Toronto, so there are quite a few places that can provide that for a fair, like, it's not that much of a markup, so for me it actually is worth it to spend that extra money, because it also, like, it you can tell, I don't know how else to say this without getting spiritual, you can tell when an animal was raised with love and care when you consume the food. Like, it tastes different, it fills your body different. I tend to feel more full and satiated after having like, humanely sourced products, whereas if I get something from the grocery store, I have to double up, which is why I said, like, for me that extra cost ends up being worth it. Silver Spoon, I think, was the beginning of me understanding that mindset, because they did it, like, Hiro Manakawa did a really good job of portraying humane farms, like, humane agriculture, through the context of students as well. That's enough for the, and Flying Witch is just a comfy show for me. And also, like, I had a phase where I was pagan. I call it a phase, but it was more my spiritual exploration at the time. It was pagan, like, more so in witchcraft, but now I'm more just like, I'm agnostic. But Flying Witch did reference a lot of pagan rituals and herbology that I was able to enjoy, and also it's very slice of life, it's very cozy. Very nicely pitched, Nine Crisp Silver Spoon. Please watch it. Oh my gosh, if you have not watched Silver Spoon yet, watch it. Even if it's just the first season. I still need to watch the second season, but first season is really, really, really good. Now on to... I had to add this section because I don't watch TV anymore. There are 3 YouTube channels that I watch specifically for variety that I enjoy watching and, like, I never get sick of. Mythical Kitchen is one of them, obviously, but Last Meal specifically, I mentioned earlier, I really like Deep Talks. This is basically Deep Talks to show, but with food. Nattering with Na, or 나영석의 와글와글, or 나불나불, depending on what version you're watching. I haven't watched it in years, gotta read it one of these days. Yeah, it's good. It's on Channel Shibuya. I like most Channel Shibuya things, but, like, again, for the same reason as Last Meals, and same with Salon Drip on the Teo channel as well. All 3 of these shows are, like, talk shows with celebrities, but they go deeper. They're always deep talks. That's why I like these shows specifically. I don't, again, like with talk shows too, I'm just like, okay, you're asking about... Sometimes it's funny, and sometimes it's interesting, but, like, most of the time I'm just like, this is so... I'm not interested in this. But on these 3 shows, like, I always learn something when I watch, and it's still funny, especially Salon Drip. Oh my gosh, Chung Do-yeon is so funny. But yeah, there's that. And then movies is harder because I'm so picky about how they're written. And And it also doesn't help that I don't like horror movies, and I think a lot of the good movies nowadays are horror movies. But Everything Everywhere All at Once made me bawl my eyes out in the theater. It's a story. Ultimately, it's a story about intergenerational trauma, and accepting each other for who they are in the context of Asian families. So I bawled my eyes out. Literally was heaving so hard. The person I went to watch the movie with, they had to pause and look at me just like, are you okay? Like, what's going on? And because I was heaving, at the climax scene. So that's a top favorite movie, definitely. In another life. Oh, Rose, no, not right now. I can't. John Carney films, so movies like Once, Begin Again, and the new one coming out I'm really excited for, Power Ballad. I really want to watch Power Ballad. It looks really good. John Carney's films always have bittersweet endings, and so like people are often very polarized on his movies. I didn't understand them as a kid. Everyone loved the music though. Everyone usually watched for the music, but like as an adult now, I'm looking back on. I was like, yeah, no, that was a good ending. It was the most reasonable ending. It's the most realistic ending. It is the most healthy. It is the most self-loving ending. Begin Again mentioned that's a movie I actually have never heard anybody talk. Really? Oh. I'm pretty sure if you ask anybody who was a choir kid, they'd know Begin Again. Or at least once. Like, everyone I knew saying, I don't know you, but I want to. But yeah. Impeccable taste. Thank you, Nacho. The Muppet Christmas Carol movie I watched very, very, very recently, and it is my favorite version of the Christmas Carol. Just, his name is escaping me, but he deserves the title of Sir. It's so easy to cartoonify to cartoonify Scrooge, but the way he performs Scrooge in the Muppet movies is subtle. You wouldn't think you'd get subtle acting in a Muppets movie, but you got subtle acting. The music is also really good too. Michael Caine, thank you. Oh my gosh, Michael Caine, Sir Michael Caine. So good. The first but humbug that came out of his mouth when I watched, I'm just like, oh, I'm locked in. This is different. I'm here for it. I loved it. Freaking love that movie. Dungeons and Dragons: Honor Among Thieves. I think you have to be a D&D fan to know that this is a good movie. I watched it in theater with my friends, and also with the people that I was part of the friend group with at the time. We all play D&D, so we all enjoyed it. But I also watched I listened to the Guilty Pleasures podcast episode about the movie. Listening to four not geeky, never only played D&D once people, very, very yeah, normie, I guess, ish, artistic people talking about Dungeons and Dragons Honor Among Thieves. I'm just like, y'all have never played the game before, and it shows. So many people, myself included, got very upset with that episode, but apparently that's pretty common with Guilty Pleasures. Anyway, really like that movie. I just realized I never asked, what is your favorite class? I think Bard, but because of a recent campaign I did, I have a soft spot for Sorcerer. Because I created a character, not really created, the best way I can describe it is I channeled a character named Sinclair. It was a character completely built with tarot cards and dice rolls. And it was just me and Trains as the DM, and we're just sitting there like working through it, and just the spookiest positive stuff happened while I was building this character. And as I played the character as well, I was able to face my own inner shadows with that character. His name is Sinclair. He ended up being a sorcerer of the moon. you see, if you know Sinclair, you will also notice there are some elements similar of Sinclair's character design that went into my chapter 3 design. Insane to be like, haha, goofy Muppet movie, let's have fun, and then get one of the best Christmas Carol adaptations out there. Why they do that? Exactly that 100%. I literally said to Trace, I'm just like, they didn't have to do this. They didn't have to. But I'm so glad that they did. As you don't understand. You're right. You're right. Both are solid cases. Thank you. Yeah. So yeah. Bards and sorcerers. Bards, though, obviously, because I'm a musician. I made a section for variety shows because I think this is really the only TV I watch nowadays. I don't really like American TV. It's too gossipy for me. It's too backstabby. It just feels very mean at times, so I tend to not watch it. Most of I didn't even put it on here, but like Dropout TV stuff I really enjoy as well. I just don't have the membership anymore, but I really like Dropout TV. The Korean shows that I like, 인간의 조건 or The Human Condition. I did not know this was a Nayeon-suk PD show until I watched New Journey to the West, which is afterwards, because I recognized Jung Woo-jung's voice, like the head writer's voice, because she was the main person to communicate the missions in The Human Condition. And then I heard her again in one of the episodes for New Journey to the West, because she was basically giving shit. It was like, why did we messed up big this time. I'm just like, wait, I know that voice. Where have I heard the voice before? And then I double checked it with older episodes of The Human Condition, and that's how I found it. I was like, oh, it was like an early Egg is Coming production before Egg is Coming was a thing. So I'm just like, cool, there's a trend. Same with Earth Arcade. As you can see, it's all Nayeon-suk PD shows. it's all Egg is Coming shows, because I love his approach. He takes a very semi-documentary approach to variety shows. Like, it's still funny, but it's funny in the way that, like, you hang out with friends and you have a really funny friend, or like something really crazy happened while you're traveling with people. Or like just the kind of stuff you only would experience when you've known someone intimately enough to trust them with your life. And so I think that's the reason why I really like these shows. And also it's funny because the missions themselves are really funny. It brings, what was the saying? There was a saying, is like, throw people into a box and try throwing people into a box and shake it and see what comes out. That's basically the notion of it. And then apparently that's an approach a lot of comic writers. I mentioned this to Trains one day. He was just like, yeah. I was like, okay, it's a comedy horror writer thing. Okay, got it. So yeah. Youth Over Flowers, there's a new one coming out that I really want to watch, but everything is on like those on-demand channels now, so it's hard to find English subs for free. So I'm able to watch I'm gonna watch it after stream as a way to chill out. But like 3 Meals a Day Light finally is made available for free, so I'm just like, okay, I'm gonna watch. There's no English subtitles though, but I'll watch it. I can understand most of it. I also learned to cook because of 3 Meals a Day, so that means a lot to me there. Earth Arcade is just chaos. I love it. I got Spider She into it. I got she into Earth Arcade. We need to finish watching the spin-off show, and then I need to show you the actual show. It's so funny. I love it. And Youth Over Flowers just reminded me why I love traveling. Let's see. Next things, books and whatnot. Yeah, I think my age kind of shows with these. Kage Pro, I think it's pretty obvious. If you're first or second gen Yutaite, I think Kage Pro will probably mean a lot to you to some extent. I'm much more a Jin fan, to be really honest. I love Kage Pro still, but like I'm more a fan of Shizen no Teki. So like anything he brings out, I'll have my finger on the pulse for it. Is it? Yeah, we have to finish. The end manager. If you know, you know. Full Metal Alchemist. I separated it from Silver Spoon because I didn't read Silver Spoon. I watched it. I read Full Metal Alchemist though, so I didn't watch the first anime. I did watch Brotherhood, but I only understood Brotherhood because I had the context of the manga. I still need to catch up, but the Invisible Man and his soon-to-be wife. Oh, so good. It's so good. Just watch it. Just read it. And whenever the anime is coming out, if it's out already, watch that too. But read it. Just the manga stuff and the way that it's drawn is so lovable as well. Yeah, blue manga. It's just blue. It's so good. 100% recommend. Must read. Must finish. I also need to catch up on it. End of Your Life Book Club is nonfiction. Technically, it is a memoir of the author spending the remaining years with his father before his father died of cancer. And he describes what the experience of watching his father die at the end as well was too, which I think added to the life. There was so much life in this book. There was so much life in that old man before he passed away, and I still have it. It's one of those books that I bought. Malcolm Gladwell books. There's the one about like the black box that I'm not that interested in, but like everything else he writes about like human nature or sociology, I've enjoyed thoroughly. It's also helped me understand society as a whole because on the spectrum, yay, kind of hard to learn about people otherwise. I think the anime is already out. Oh, okay. I still have to catch. I'm still starting to scratch the surface with One Piece as well. I still need to do that. I'm watching the One Piece version because, yeah, if the pacing's not that great, it's gonna be hard for me. Make Your Own Rules by Andrew Hong. I read this when I was preparing chapter 2, and it helped me undo and unlearn a lot of the toxic hustle culture mindsets that I think most Koreans grow up with. But with my mom especially, she went extra gung-ho with it because she holds herself to those really unreasonable standards, and anyway, that's other things. But Make Your Own Rules was definitely a book that reminded me, is like, oh, I don't have to follow the rules, but I do need to follow my own. And so that started the mission of just like, okay, what are my rules as both a person and also as a creator? Anthropocene reviewed. I also listened to the podcast first. I'm adding it under books, but technically this is a favorite podcast. He just basically turned it into a book, but I love it. It's so good. I'm a fan of John Green's nonfiction works. I can't read his fiction works because I hear his voice too much in the characters. So I like his nonfiction works. Real Artists Don't Starve by Jeff Goins. I don't really know how to pronounce his last name, but that's also a book that made me realize there was a lot of societal what's the word? Oh no, smooth brain moment. It made me realize society loves telling you things, but they're not always true. The life of a paid artist was one of them. So like, oh okay, it wasn't necessarily about like do this product, do that product. It's all mindset. The entire book is just like about how to shift your mindset. And it's about saying, it's like, no, you deserve to be able to make a living off of your work if you are passionate about it. Because for every project you put out, like, you're putting so much of yourself into it that you need to be properly compensated, is basically the thing that he describes in the book. Little Prince is a classic. It's one of those books you really do need to read every 10 years or so, and your perspective on the interpretation changes. I am due to have another rereading of this book. So it'll be interesting to see how I interpret the book moving forward. Okay, next. Music. Yeah, I listen to a lot, but that doesn't necessarily mean that I'm a fan of them. So I only chose the top 10. Hoyo Mix is technically cheating, I know, because there's a lot of different artists there, but I really like every single one of them. Everyone in the top 10 are super, super close to each other. So, like, it could easily be interchanged at any point, but in the moment of making the slides, I did this. And number 10 is Eme. Monkey Magic. People, I need to meet more people who are fans of Monkey Magic. Whoa, so many hearts. Thank you. Wow, so many hearts. Mori Calliope, obviously. Hoshimachi Suisei, obviously. Hoyo Mix, obviously. Tsukima Switch, people don't know much about, but I really, really, really like Tsukima Switch. Yorushika, and Nabuna by extension as well. Harumaki Gohan, not just as a musician, but just as a creative. Like, oh, her animations and her writing as well are insane. Really, really good. And yes, I did use sheer pronouns for Harumaki Gohan because she came out with the song I wanna be a Florette. That was her coming out song. Kenshi Yonezu, Jin, she's in the Teki P, and then Kenshi Yonezu, they kind of share this #1 spot for me. I love them for different reasons. The most influential as lyricists. Those are living their artists. Exactly, hun. That's, you know, exactly what I'm talking about. The same can be said for Kenshi Yonezu and Jin as well. You get Tsukima Switch and Sumika confused? Those two are very different bands. I do like Sumika as well. It's just it's just not top 10, but I do like Sumika as well. The name's Oi. I also have been following Tsukima Switch like since near the beginning of their debut. That's also probably another reason why I'm more familiar with Tsukima Switch. But yeah, no, the top 3 are there because they're not just amazing like musicians that I look up to, but they're storytellers and creators that I look up to. Kenshi Yonezu especially because he draws his own stuff as well. I was like, oh, one day I'll be able to draw that good, but one day. Games! As it does not, yeah, it's really obvious. Honkai Star Rail's number 1. Number 1, maybe. I did put Project Sakai on here as well, but unfortunately, I just can't play it anymore for this because of the nerf damages in my arms. I just twitch too much, or like it'll flare up my fibro. But back when I used to be able to play, I played really hard. Ranked really. I didn't rank because I never got good pulls, but I scored pretty high still. Tsukima Switch looks so clear. Yeah, they are a jazz fusion duo. It's jazz fusion singer-songwriter duo. So they produce their own songs, they write their own songs. The pianist, who's also the main producer, he's also written a song for Hey Say Jump. I still need to listen to it. I was like, oh, that's really interesting. He also wrote songs for VTubers recently too, I think. I need to double check. They recently had oh gosh, who's the one that did Junkie Town? Was it Shudo? I want to say Shudo. There was a vocally producer that Tsukima Switch teamed up with recently for a remix of one of their songs. Very, very different vibe. I will check out. Yeah! Thank you. I lost my account when I factory reset my phone. No! Thankfully... Oh no, I lost my first account. I lost my Japanese account. Because I started playing on JP. And then the JP couldn't connect with my Google Play account because obviously it was a different locale, so I lost all that data when I changed phones a few years ago. That was sad. And then I restarted, and then I started again on the English account, but the English account has just adware everywhere, and like it's not very optimized for the phone either. And then my fiber started flaring up, so I was like, okay, I can't play this anymore. They also did the ending for It Was a Yes, they did. Hello Especially is one of those songs I still want to cover. I really want to cover that. Everybody knows Oto no 音になる方へ, the Goose House song, but Hello especially is a really, really, really good song. Da 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 okay. Yeah, Natsu knows. Suri, thank you, Rose. Suri, it wasn't Shudo, it was Suri. So Suri did a remix for Tsukima Switch. I think it was for something driver. I can't remember. That song. He did the. It's basically Len, Kagamin and Len singing that song. But Suri did a remix of it. Thank you, Rose. Suri also taught them how to use Vocaloid. One of the members, he does the production, so like he also does the mixing and everything. He's just like, oh wait, the Vocaloid can sing the song. So he's how they just like, wait, so you still have to tune them? It's like, yeah, that's how you make them sound different for each producer. He's like, hey, that doesn't that doesn't do anything for me because he still has to tune and he doesn't want to tune. That was funny. But yeah, if you can understand Japanese, unfortunately there's no English subtitles for it. The Suri episode for the Tsukima Switch show on YouTube, very funny. Uma Musume is on this list, but one, I'm not very good at it, and two, I haven't touched it while working on my debut because it takes up so much time and energy for one playthrough. So I've fallen behind on Uma Musume a lot. I feel very bad for my club members. I'm so sorry. I'll be back on soon. I mentioned the Pokemon GameCube games already. Bankaito's Origins, I don't know anyone else who knows this game. But this was one of the few JRPGs that I was able to play on the GameCube. It is also the game that made me fall in love with English voiceovers. Like English dub voiceovers. It is so good! The first don't talk about the first game. The first game's dubbing was really bad, but the prequel, wow! I had to remind myself it was a Japanese game. Like it was so good. It made me want to go into voice acting. Young LT's dream was to be a triple threat musical theater kid. And then yeah, now I'm trying to vicariously achieve it in different ways. Voice acting being one of them. Did not add it to my stuff though because I haven't even finished a demo yet, and I would like to release a demo first before I add voice actor to my titles. It's been too long since I last had a credited role, which is why I feel hesitant about putting it, but yeah, I do have experience as a voice actor, aside from the stuff that I read on stream and whatnot. I'm also really out of practice. I technically played the first one for like 20 minutes to try it out, but yeah, no, that doesn't count. I haven't played the first game because, you know, back then they didn't provide Japanese audio with games as alternatives, and I didn't like the English dubbing actually annoyed me, so I didn't play the original, but I did play Origins, and Origins is really, really good. Most rhythm games, I'm pretty cool with it, so long as the controls are limited to, I think, at most 3 or 4 buttons. Anything beyond that, it starts activating my fibro. Technically played the first home decor and cleaning games. I've downloaded House Flipper because I want to decorate. Still need to download it properly because it's a very big game. And cleaning games, I really like cleaning games. Cleaning IRL is kind of limited for me because one, my space is so small, but also I clean as I go usually, unless, you know, it's like project work and whatnot, but usually I clean as I go, which is why, like, hey, there's nothing to clean anymore. I already cleaned everything. Craft simulation games, mostly just because I like crafts and whatnot. I have downloaded I did get into the playtest for Restory. Still gonna try and figure out how we can do that on stream, because I'd like to play it on stream. Hey, next. It's you guys! It's the Astralnauts. Astralnauts got a makeover from chapter 1, around chapter 2. This is the final design now. within the lore, Astralnauts are a type of will-o-wisp, but these will-o-wisps are more resilient than others. Yes, y'all are so cute. The hat is based off of the Korean kat, so the hat that traditionally Korean men would wear. Back in like old era. The reason why I chose the cut is because I still wanted some reference to my Korean heritage with the astronaut design as well. But I also wanted to I like the same way I challenged gender norms with my design on my clothes, especially in chapter 2. I wanted to challenge it with the astronauts design as well. So there's no specified gender for the astronauts. It's whatever you all identify yourselves as. But the hat is inspired by the cut, and then I made modifications to share the same like mix of traditional with modern or like vintage elements with it, and to still have elements of the sky. I call you all little rascals. Positive. The quiet ones, I've noticed. This is me just having observed y'all. The quiet ones are a little shy, but y'all like have this quiet strength behind y'all. The outgoing ones are rambunctious and rebellious, and y'all like really go for it. Design characteristics, basically little chamomiles, little chamomile flowers. The veil on the cut. So some cuts do have veils added as well. But I made it so that the veils are also made of the lake's waters, so that it's to reference that you guys carry your own. Right, I'll get to it in the lore, but TLDR, the abyssal lakes represents our traumas and our histories. So it made sense that you all have a little bit of the lake waters that you carry with you as well. And the gold trimming is basically y'all's versions of the kintsugi gold as well that I have on my main lines. Let's see. This is the keychain design, by the way. Keychain and pin design, by the way. There's that. I finally have hashtags. That is more than just AM Astronauts. I have been using the Astral Mile hashtag for just general activities on my own so far. So if you ever want to check like what work has been uploaded recently, you can use that hashtag. AM_Astronauts is for all fan works, be it visual, music, covers, whatever. Use that hashtag. I will find it. I don't do ego checks often. Just every once in a while I'll check the hashtags. Asu my life. So Asu my life is for both my live streams as well as my IRL performances. So if I'm at a convention, for instance CSC is coming up, I'll be performing with some of you all on the same stage. I will be making, if I ever live tweet or make posts about the event, I'll be using this hashtag. LT Sings is for when I do short covers on social media, and also when I am posting about a new cover that came out as well. So I'll be using both Astral Mile and LT Sings for that one. Hey! Now, onto the lore. This... I think the lore was maybe the hardest part about preparing for the debut, because it means I had to know myself. But ultimately I decided on the prompt of like, not a prompt, but like if I had to summarize it in one sentence, it would be, may the groundskeeper's voice lead you back to the skies. Because I think what happens, I'll get into more details in the next slide, because I think I do have a slide about this. But basically, what is Astral Mile now, post chapter 1? It is the liminal space between our past and the present reality, and it's where we take a reprieve from the world outside and reconnect with our true selves. My role as the groundskeeper is to ensure that anybody coming through, including you guys, don't drown in the abyssal lake, which is, like I mentioned, your versions of your pasts, the ones that tie you down, the ones that hold you back, because they've told you something harmful and they've told you something that drags you down, but it's not true. My job is to ensure that you get out of there. The abyssal lake itself is the manifestation of humanity's fears and our painful memories in the terms of the lore, I'm also saying that it is Altair's birthplace, or the groundskeeper's birthplace. It's hard to describe what type of VTuber I am to people because you would need to know Korean folklore. I think Chinese and Japanese folklore have similar versions of it, but the Korean version is specifically begins as an imugi form, which is basically a lake water serpent. They have very stout horns, which is why when you see the past versions in the music video, all of the young Altair horns versions have very, very, very stout horns. They're like little stuff. Ah, Yuma-chan, thank you. Irashai. Otsukare with your stuff too. Yeah. I think I will show the music video later again. Because all of the lore went into that music video. So after going through what the lore is, we can watch the music video again together and then talk about it. But yeah, the lore behind it is that chapter 1 and chapter 2 was Altair in his imugi form. So imugi don't really care about other humans or humanity or other creatures. They're just always underwater in a lake, usually introspecting and trying to figure out what the meaning of life is, or like preparing to ascend. And then what they do is they wait for like a divine jewel to come down from the heavens, and they have that one shot to grab it and ascend to being a dragon. There are obviously those that fail as well, but for the terms of Astral Mile's lore, I said that the pendant, which has now become the microphone, is basically that jewel. So chapter 2 showed Altair was grabbing the pendant and then ascending. Hello, Cass! Welcome! Yeah. So the story with Astral Mile now for Altair is that previously in Imugi had no interest in others, inspired by the golden comets, inspiring hope on the surface. But when it came out, it was like, oh, this isn't what I was expecting at all. That was chapter 1. And then chapter 2, between chapter 1 and chapter 2, those comets became his friends and mentors. Which is you guys! So, after the collapse of the highway at the end of chapter 1, I continued to run from the lake. But what I was trying to show with chapter 2 was that he eventually has to face it. You can never fully ascend from the lake until you've faced it. Which is why the groundskeeper's role now is to help other people, help the Astralnauts do the same. So, because even in Korean folklore, once a dragon has ascended, they now become benevolent to all life forms, specifically towards humanity. So my guiding light now, my polar star now, is whenever you feel lost, if you hear my voice, I hope that it will guide you out and remind you that you're in the present and that you have a future to look forward to, and that future is for you to decide, no one else. So whatever covers I do, whatever original songs I write, whatever ways I decide to present myself in performance, it's always with this in mind. Hi, Celine! Hello! Welcome! Okay, next. Okay, before we move on to this, I want to show the music video again one more time. So let's do that. Now that you guys know the lore. Okay, y'all ready? Along the way I lost the sight of my compass among the glorious nights. I sailed along without a plan for the shoreline as waves would carry me on. Every time I'd make a misstep, yet the tears I'd never blotted them. I cried for help, but I had hummed to the tune of an old familiar song. Even when we always
always, always shine bright star. No matter where it's always, always, always with me, shining by my side. Now swallow down my pride and the fears that I've been giving power to the mountain. Just like that star, I'll shine so honest. In the sky and I'll light the night. Now reach out and reach out until my voice can reach into your heart. Even if you are so far from my stars, I'll let it fall as they fall from light. Let it glow within a bloody rain upon the low. So no matter where you have known I was here, polar star, you found me still for all I am. Keep looking on as all I am, so that I go. Like tears that fell upon us below the water's surface, rippling thoughts in fragments, searching for the way that I felt, and yet they couldn't be found. Always precious, though I tossed them, yet I found they never faded. And among the sea of stars, it's time that I go. Then again, I'll raise my hand. You will be always, always, always shining bright star. No matter where it's always, always, always with me, shining by my side as I will sing a life all we wish for, and the future all together go on, while never looking back. You were with me onto the stage that I saw in dreams. Join the sky and I'll light the night. Now reach out and reach out until my voice can reach into your heart. Even if you are so far from my star, don't let them fall as they fall from night. Let it glow within a bloody rain upon the low. So no matter where you have known I was here, polar star, you found me still for all I am. Keep looking on as all I am, so that I go. Yeah, so keep on shining till the end.
Yay! Itsuki mentioned earlier, it's like, oh, this is more so than usual. This is whoa. So I learned how to master and mix properly while working on Polar Star. I'm proud. I genuinely had the biggest smile on my face. I almost felt a tear come to me. Oh, thank you, Rose. I appreciate it. Blah, blah, blah. Thank you for the putties. Yay. Okay. That out of the way. No, I didn't say out of the way. That have been enjoyed. Now that have passed. Okay. Future plans and announcements. Let's do. Thank you, Yul-chan. Thank you. Encore. And I'll upload the video. I'll upload the video separately later. Thank you. I appreciate it. I nearly cried a few times while working on the entire project, like while doing the music, but also doing the video as well. I'm glad y'all enjoyed it. Okay, what I'm about to announce with future plans is basically me just committing to it, because otherwise this is gonna keep getting delayed, and I don't want to delay it any further. So, first off, future plans. These are just my goals for now. Nothing set in stone quite yet, but I would like to go back to a monthly schedule, be it like with a cover song or an original song. The month of June is gonna be a little bit strange though, because along with Polar Star, I'm also planning to enter Multiverse Vistas again this year. This time as altair of ASTRAL MILE as solo, so not as Lost and Found. So there's technically gonna be 2 videos up. It says lunate motif on there. You'll understand what that is in a bit. But within that monthly release, I would like every 3 to 4 months of it to be an original song. live stream wise, ideally I would like to eventually move towards 3 streams a week, but for now we're gonna start slow and see how that goes. Thank you for your face. Events. This is currently the busiest season. I have 2 shows lined up for June already. One of them has been announced. Another one will be announced soon. I just got the confirmation for it 2 days ago, I think. Yuna-chan might know what it is, because I think she might also. I don't know if he'll also be performing for there or not, but I hope to see you there. Yeah, spring and summer tends to be the busiest. I'm also going to be performing in August. I have another show confirmed in August as well. July might be my offline period. I'm not 100% sure yet. I just know that like something big is going to be happening in July personally, and I might not have the capacity for regular streams and whatnot. So we'll see how July goes. Yes, I am locking in. And next, I kind of mentioned it under music already, but the next announcement I have is I'm finally working on a concept album. This has been in the planning phase for about a year now. But I want to release a full EP album. The concept is taking the 1 or 2 motifs from Catalina and aligning it with the phases of the moon and making original songs out of it. Now that also means some songs are gonna be lost and found projects. I need to figure out the details still, but I want to make it clear that like the Lune motif versions are going to be very different from the lost and found versions, because 1, it's going to be solo production, and 2, anything that was co-produced with someone else, I want to like create some kind of agreement like monetarily with them as well. And if I'm not able to do it with them, then I need to rearrange it entirely. I need to remove those parts altogether. The first track was supposed to have been my debut song. So the first song was originally the plan for my lore music video, except I just wasn't ready to write it. I wasn't ready to write it. Polar Star, on the other hand, was perfect for what I wanted to do with my lore video, which is why I ended up choosing that. But Mask is half written. I just need to rewrite some parts for it. Nothing to Fear was originally written for a Lost and Found project that never got published. Fun fact, Suna was supposed to sing it, but things happened, life happened, so I decided to revisit the project and rewrite some parts and sing it myself. Don't Look Back is the Lost and Found release. I'll be doing a new arrangement. August is fully written. I just need to produce it, and I need to learn how to do big band jazz. Astralnauts was also written, I think, last year during Chapter 2. You Got It is technically like taking an old demo and repurposing it with a new hook. But it's also written. It's gonna be my first Japanese song, I think. I just couldn't. Hello, welcome back, Aneka. You missed. I don't know how much you missed, but welcome back. That's it. You Got It is gonna be the first Japanese song. I did ask. So as part of the service trade for doing the BRB screen animation for Yumemi, I said it's like just feature on one of my songs. I think Yuma-chan, I think this might be the song that I ask you to feature on with me. So it might be featuring Yumemi. We shall see how things go. Catalina will be rearranged. It's gonna be more of an acoustic arrange. Bright Pen Lights is my Multiverse Vista song for this year. Because while playing the Plain Arcadia story, it helped me come to terms with my debut stuff as well, and the fears I had around, or like, oh, am I doing this for the right reasons and whatnot. But when the when the Trailblazers' powers to elation awaken and the weapon took on the shape of pen lights. And I remember, oh, that's right. That's why I can never give up being an idol. It's because of that. It's because of what that pen light represents. So I decided to, and I did end up writing a song about it. I think, did I finish writing the song? I know I finished writing a part of the song. The chorus is done for sure. I need to double check whether I finished writing the song or not. I think I did, but I'll check it later. But yeah. And there we go. Anaka, you can take breaks, you know. Take breaks while cleaning. So yeah, that's gonna be the concept album. I mentioned here the goal is a spring 2027 release for all of the tracks, but the singles on the list, the singles will be released throughout the year and leading up to it. Some of these will be released with as singles, some of them will only be released with the EP. The next announcement. So as you can see, my debut is not 100% complete. Because when you're the only one doing 95% of the work, it's kind of hard to finish everything on time, even when you give yourself 3 months. Anyway, just so happened to line up with Astral Mile's anniversary. So this is like when the original duo had started. Oh, she was 2 years after your birthday? Dang! It's always after someone's birthday, eh? Today's Mila's birthday too. It's like the circle meme. Hey, just try to fix it later. Exactly. So like, there are a lot of assets that I want to complete, and then there are also I need to rig my models. But the model will be rigged. The model will be rigged before the debut, but there are gonna be certain aspects related to performance that will be introduced. Yeah, just like your debut too. When I was watching your debut, you mentioned that, oh, not everything's done yet. I'm just like, oh, so it's not just me. I was so relieved. I was like, oh, hey, it's not just me. Oh, wait, if Yuma-chan's not freaking out about, why am I freaking out about mine? So thank you. You're an inspiration. So yeah, so what do you have from debut? I have, oh boy. Oh, thank you, Nightbot. That took you a while. Yes, literally, yes. I got half of the stuff that I wanted done. So what I showed about Lune Motif, originally I wanted to release the EP in time for my debut, but obviously that was unrealistic, so that didn't happen. I had wanted a custom chat widget, but I use Wankome. I don't use Stream Elements or anything like that. It's really hard to find people who do custom widgets for Wankome that don't use AI, because they're all Japanese users. The ones that don't use AI are very cutesy styles, so I'm just like, okay, I have to teach myself how to do this, so I need more time for that. So yeah, the next time you say a chat widget, hopefully I will have created it myself. One of the singles for Lune Motif will come out at this time as well. I haven't decided which one yet, but it will come out at the same time. And of course, I have not updated my Discord emotes and stickers yet. Unfortunately, there's like 4 that are currently active with like a beta design of Chapter 3, but it's not updated to the current design. And also, there were certain merch items that I wanted to include for this batch, but I did not finish in time. Or like I had the plan for it, but I just couldn't bring it far along enough to include it with this batch. And also, I'm gonna be hopefully I'll be overhauling the membership system as well. There are certain things that Coffee does well, but are still not conducive for streaming or for fan club memberships. I would like to adapt the fan club membership model more because I think it aligns more with what I do. Even with live streams, I just think like focusing on the music side makes more sense. So that's gonna take a complete overhaul. Depending on if I manage to get partnership in time or not, it might mean that I move to Patreon, or I finally open up YouTube memberships. We'll see how things go. Hopefully, I can get to memberships in time, but that means I have to be more consistent with my uploads and streams. So yeah, that's the plan for chapter 3.5, which is also going to be the 6th anniversary event. I'm also wanting this to be a virtual concert with friends. So, recommend. You can recommend them, but you still need to qualify for them, Aneka. You have to qualify for them. And I have not qualified for them yet because I don't have enough watch hours. Probably it's not gonna be a open call like the concerts I've participated with. I've noticed that I work better with people I know. So yeah, if you're a friend who also sings, keep an eye out. Once once it's like late summer, like probably sometime after August, I'm gonna start planning for it. Which I realize I'm not really giving myself a whole lot of time again for this. This really is 3 months exact. But I really do want to do it in time for the anniversary. So yeah, look out for that. I'll be asking y'all for contributions and to participate. I might, pending budget. The dream is to be able to do it half IRL, half virtual, but I would need sponsors for that. So hey, if you're a VTuber themed convention or an anime convention and you're interested in working with me for it, please reach out. My email contact is on the website astralmile.net. That's basically it for the debut slides and whatnot. Let's just some credits first. I did 95% of everything, but however, there were some folks that did help me with very important things. Spider She was my model mama. She's the artist. A lot of creative support from Trains. It helps when you have a friend who has similar narrative standards and art standards as you do. So thank you, Trains, as well, for help with lore and feedback on visuals. Chisaku, who I think has gone to sleep, unfortunately. Chisaku is my main mod, both on Discord and in chat. So there they are. That's their Bishoujo version that I drew for them recently. Usually you'll see them with a masculine form, but they go by they them pronouns. And yeah, just huge thanks to these three. Even just like little things that they're able to help me out with. The girls literally, yeah. They were able to help out a lot. They were able to help me, so thank you. I really appreciate it. Obviously, Polar Star is a cover, and so these are the original credits. Didn't think I'd be doing a more jump song, to be really honest, but I'm kind of glad I did. I'm really glad I did, actually. But yeah, I wrote the English lyrics, I sang it, I mixed it, and I did the music video. The lore music video alone was like 50% of my debut. So once I upload it, please watch and share it and like it and comment on it. I would greatly appreciate it. Thank you. As for everything else, you know, the visual assets you see, the logos, the animations, the rigging. Once I am done with rigging, I was hoping to get the rigging done in time. I couldn't, but once it is rigged, I'm also gonna be rigging it. The stream overlays, the assets. Press the hype button, guys. Thank you. I don't think I have hype yet, but thank you. thank you. Voice acting at the beginning, yeah, that was me too. It wasn't that good, it wasn't as I would have liked it, but it was good enough, so yeah. Have a brave day, is all I say at the end of the day. Thank you. Thank you for the reactions. Polar Star's gonna go up very shortly. I'll link it on all the things, but other than that, yeah, just thank you so much for coming. Thank you so much for watching. Have a brave night, y'all. I'm gonna I'm gonna finally rest now. Hotsu, thank you. Have a brave night, y'all. Bye bye.